Hey, I'm here in the backyard out here by my dojo. This is where I live here, and I've just, this is my backyard. Very simple. That's my truck. That's my garage. Got some stuff outside there. We had some rain, and that's the little garage there. Here's the pool enclosure. Beyond that, there's a pool, and then there's the front house. I'd stand up and show it to you, but I'm too lazy. It's really hot today, and I was going to go on a little hike and make this Philosophy Friday show. But I've decided to come back here and sit in the shade instead, drinking a big gulp, because it's really hot on that hill. I was going to go up the hill, so I'm sitting here in the shade where it's cool. This is February 13, 2014, and it's just like the year with no winter out here in California. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about, if you can hear me over the sound of cars going by on the street, it's not a busy street, but there seem to be a few cars on it today. The question is about happiness, and I'm of the opinion that human beings aren't supposed to be happy. We're supposed to seek happiness, but we're not necessarily supposed to find it. And by supposed to, I mean designed to. Because, I believe that we are designed by evolution over a long, gradual period, and that seeking happiness is a survival mechanism. Being happy, not so much. Because being happy is going to set you still in some place. If you are, let's define what happiness is really very quickly, and then I'll tell you why sitting still can be an anti-survival mechanism, while seeking can be a pro-survival mechanism. So now we have joy and we have euphoria and things like that, but I don't think that's what we're talking about when we're talking about happiness. I think we're more talking about something akin to satisfaction. And if you have a lot of moments where you feel satisfied, generally these things have to do with work, taking care of business, getting something done, getting some appreciation from your tribe, which in our cases could be our work, our family, our community. And so, if you get enough of those moments of satisfaction that are sort of placed side by side with very little gap between them, you have something that sort of looks like a continuous fabric of happiness. But it really is these individual moments that they last for a while, and then you do something else to get happy again. Now, I think the people who are most happy are the people who have scheduled their lives in such a way that they're pursuing a lot of things that give them a sense of satisfaction. And those things end up with these moments placed pretty close together, and therefore they don't really have a lot of time to not be happy. The least happy people are the ones who have long periods of time where they don't really do anything. And we have and we live in an age where people are taking the excuse of, I'm depressed, I'm not happy, so I better stay home, I better not produce, I better stay home, and that will, until I am happy, then I'll start producing again. Well, that's exactly placing the cart precisely before the horse. Happiness arises as a reward for having done something that is that gets your mind to shoot you some happiness chemicals as a way of rewarding the behavior that'll get you to do it again. So we're designed to seek happiness, but we're not designed to achieve it. It does us no good to achieve it. If we're out there living in the wild, and we did all of our evolution until very, very recent in terms of geological time, we did, this is us evolving. This is us since the Industrial Revolution, right? Virtually all of our evolution took place living in small groups, hunter-gatherers, and so that's what made us who we are, and we haven't had nearly enough time since the Industrial Revolution, or even 11,000 or 12,000 years ago, if you want to talk about the Agricultural Revolution. That's been it's nothing. It's a blink of an eye in evolutionary time. So we're basically the same people that we were back then. We have those same kind of brains. So the job is to keep moving forward, to keep doing things. To when you feel bad, do something. Don't not do something because you're waiting till you feel good so that you can go do something. The thing is to get in action, and then your body starts feeling, okay, this is a person who's going to survive. They're going to do something that's going to be helpful, and so I can start giving them a little bit of good feeling. I talked to a guy last night who was very depressed, and he asked me advice on it. And I said, well, what's the problem? I used to seem overwhelmed, and he says, I got one big thing that's wrong, and a whole bunch of little things. And I said, I looked him in the eye, and I said, dude, get up tomorrow and do 1 or 2 or 3 of the little things. Don't worry about the big thing right now. Just do a couple of the little things, and I guarantee you'll feel better and more capable of dealing with the big thing. It won't be so overwhelming to you because you'll be in a headspace that your brain will have switched into doer mode and problem solver mode, and that's where the optimism chemicals come in, because you can't solve problems unless you believe you can. So your body's going to give you some optimism chemicals to help you achieve that, so that the body can then survive, and the other bodies who are in your tribe, right? So, what was I going to say here? So, I used to very often say, and this is handy has been handy for me, so I'll give it to you. The depression or anxiety or unhappiness, to me, these are the hunger pangs of the spirit, of the human spirit. I don't mean necessarily any sort of a transcendent soul. I mean spirit, the spirit of the thing. And so these are the hunger pangs of the human spirit. And when you get a hunger pang in your stomach, you don't say, oh my God, there's something horribly wrong, I'm dying. You think, oh no, this is a call to action. It's uncomfortable, it's a call to action. I need to fill my stomach, and the pain will go away. Same thing with your spirit. When you're feeling this terrible anxiety, think of it as a hunger pang. Work on filling it, and that will then make you feel better before you know it. Now, I just wanted to add something to it, that when we do something, say you go out and you do 1 or 2 really interesting things a week that really fulfill you, that are the right things for you to be doing. They are consonant with you, your talents and your intentions on the planet. And so you do a couple of those things, and you come home. Say with me, it's to go play a gig, right? I'll go play a gig, and I come home, and I've always wondered at the idea, I come home and I'm triumphant. Everything was great. I had a great crowd. Everyone dug what I did. And by the next day, I don't feel anything at all. And so I've realized that there's this thing that I call setting up echoes, and it is this. And then I'll end this. If you are doing things with people who are good people, who are appreciative people, and the things that you are doing, you're giving them something, then over the course of the next few days, they will thank you. You'll get emails, you'll get phone calls, they will thank you. You'll hear people say, hey, so-and-so said you really did them solid. And these then give you an echo of that good thing you did, and so this continues over the course of several days. Now, if most of the things you do for your own satisfaction and your own happiness and self-gratification involve these sorts of things, then you're going to get a lot of echoes, and the more people you can do it for, the better, because the more kinds of echoes you're going to be getting, and so these reinforce the thing you've just done to get you through the hump until the next thing comes along. And if you're lucky enough to be one of these people who's really doing what they should be doing on the planet, then the phone rings and you're going everywhere every few days and you're doing something that makes you feel good, and you will look at yourself and go, well, I guess I'm happy because I feel pretty good about what I'm doing. But then you have to guard against exhaustion and burnout. So that's for another day. Anyway, take my advice on this one little thing. Think of your unhappiness or ill ease as simply being a hunger pang of your spirit. It needs to be fed. It needs to and relieve yourself. Or disabuse yourself of the false notion that you're supposed to do a number of things, and that happiness arrives like a relative that won't ever leave, and just plops down on your couch, and then you're just happy forever. It's not that way. It's more akin to a meal. To go back to the hunger analogy, you fill yourself up and you feel very satisfied and great for a while. It felt good, then it tasted good, it was pleasant, and then it felt good for a while. And then the next day or several hours later, it's gone. So all the things that we pursue that make us happy, they're supposed to go away. They're not supposed to stay. They're supposed to set us up for the pursuit of the next thing. It's the pursuit of happiness that our forefathers guaranteed us, not happiness itself. Okay? So anyway, I hope that was helpful. And if you like what I'm doing, like, share, and what's that other thing I want you to do? Oh, subscribe to my channel. All right, this is the world's smartest painter on his lazy-ass day off.